my comparison shoppers. There you go. You look at one ad, you look at the other ad to see who's got the cheaper strawberries. You download the digital coupons, you get the Sunday paper, because you're going to save some money, right? Before you make a major purchase, you kind of shop around to see who's got the best deal, right? Comparison shopping, right? How many of you compare yourselves to other women? Yeah. That thing you do when you get into a group of women on any given area and start sizing the room up. Oh, she's prettier than me. She's skinnier than me. Her teeth, oh gosh, if I could have her teeth. You've never met her, but based on what she looks like, you already hate her guts, and you hope that she gets her fabulous little heel caught in the hole and trips on her face and busts her fake lip and chips a tooth, all with the love of Christ, of course. That would be sweet vengeance. I'm going to tell you what comparison is. Comparison is an act of violence against the self. Comparison is an act of violence against the self. I did a brilliant thing last year when God gave me this session. We went to California for spring break, and it was all DAV related, so we try to take the family as much as we can, and we went, and we've got the DAV stuff out of the way, and I'm starting to stress, and I'm going, babe, I've got to have time to study. Can you just take me to the beach? Like, I would just really love to go to the beach and study and prepare. Sounds like a good idea, right? Maybe I'll see dolphins, the big adventure, maybe whale tails. Let me tell you what I saw at the beach. Because God gives you a session, and then he makes you live the message out. So I get my blankie, I've got my spot, my laptop, my moo-moo. I've got Zeke, he's full in garb, shirt, swimsuit, hat, fabulous. And then I look and I see them. And there's athletic women in bikinis playing volleyball on the beach. And they're tall, and they're thin, and they're in Speedos, and they look fantastic, and they're like spiking the ball. And then no matter how feminine you are, come here, Debbie. No matter how feminine you are, you get women engaged in contact sports when they know they look good, they're putting it all in, and we all became like, good job. Yeah! There you go. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. We go high. And I'm sitting there going, short girls? Yeah, we go under the net. That's how we roll. Take it under, baby. Pull that net down. There's your spike. That's all it would have took. Don't make me pull the net down. So I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm going, you've got to be kidding me. It'll only take me 20 more years to look like that. I'd be my ideal weight if I was 8'6". 4'11", 5 foot with the hair. Thank you very much. So 8 years ago, I fell in love with the practice of yoga. Good for the mind, the body, the soul, the spirit. And I was doing physical training, weight training, and it was showing me more results than any other training, so I stopped doing all weights. I was calming myself before I reacted in anger. And it was all because I learned how to breathe properly. I practiced yoga 6 days a week. I went to the 5 days a week at the gym. I mentally prepared one of those yoga practices on Saturday, would do it on my own. Now, the first day I went, I thought, don't know what I've gotten myself into, but I'm gonna try it. It's just stretching, right? It didn't really make sense to me, everything that she said, but I stayed. And I can tell you that it makes sense to me now, and it makes more sense to me every day thereafter. And here's what the yoga instructor said before we started. Yoga is a personal journey. Your neighbor will look very different than you during the practice. Keep your eyes on your own mat. Find compassion for yourself. Let your breath be your guide. Let's begin our practice. Let's begin with your breath. And she showed us how to do a deep breathing. In through your nose. And what she actually said is, you should sound like Darth Vader. I'd never seen Star Wars, but okay. So, we're breathing, right? I'm breathing. I'm concentrating on the breath. Then, she has us do one of these crazy things. But let me show you how important your breath is, because if you're going to do crazy things like this, now don't laugh at me, okay? You have to be able to breathe. So we would do 20 of those to warm up. So I immediately discovered how important my breath was, because if I was going to keep up doing a half of one of those, I needed to learn how to distribute my breath. Then she told us at the end of class, I want you to take deep cleansing breaths in through your nose and blow it out hard. And we must have did that 10 times, something like that. And she was actually saying, I want you to get rid of all of the old air that you brought in. I want you to take deep cleansing breaths and know that you've done something good for yourself, and it actually will change the course of your day if you brought in bad stuff with you. Then we went on to my favorite part of the whole practice. And this pose goes something like this. What's that? Oh. You know when you wake yourself up snoring, and then you cough like, something in my throat. I hate it when that happens. And she would say, as you lay in this pose, bring to yourself a sense of gratitude for coming on the mat and doing something good for yourself. Receive the benefits of your practice. And then she did this. She would walk the room with this really awesome smelling stuff and just wave it over us. It relaxed you, and she would say, good. And I thought it was a little weird. But I can tell you that after every practice, I looked forward to that message that she would speak over me laying there. Because my mind started wandering about all of the things that I did wrong in that pose, and I couldn't do that pose. And she ended it with, good. I looked forward to that every time we practiced. Jump ahead 7 years, and 60 pounds later, I started with a personal trainer. This was 1 year and 7 weeks ago, and I decided to change my life. I spent my 30s completely fat, completely depressed, completely unhealthy. I had had a series of diagnoses of health things that were changing my life. I honestly believed that I was going mentally crazy. I was spinning out of control. Tiny little things in my life felt absolutely exponential. They felt monumental, and I could not get past them.